She's only 17, but Faiza is part of a problem. She's one of 8 children in an overpopulated country, and she's making carpets when she should be in school. That kind of thing was okay for her parents and grandparents in the village of Harania near Cairo, but in the modern Middle East, it's not okay anymore. Too many people, not enough work, too much illiteracy. It's a formula for disaster in the developing world. Faiza faces an uncertain future, but she has learned one thing. If she has a family, she'll have no more than 3 children. I have to look out for myself, she says, and learn from the past. This is the lesson of the past. 60 million people crowded into a country that's mostly desert. Culture, religion, and the economics of rural life encouraged big families, but in the mid-1980s, that all began to change. Politicians took a hard look at families like Faiza's and said, enough.
It is a problem of abuse of children. They find it very easy to have 6 or 7 or 8 children, let them work, and he collect the money every month, and they miss the school, and then later on, if they are not educated, they will just be a dead loss in the streets, and they will behave very badly.
The answer was birth control on a massive scale. Muslim leaders consulted the Quran and proclaimed there was nothing wrong with the condom or the pill. The response was stunning. Today, half of all Egyptian women of childbearing age use contraception, and the birth rate is half what it was in 1960. Egypt has become a model for family planning in the Islamic world. The numbers are impressive, and Egypt seems to have averted a population crisis. But there's one huge hurdle yet to overcome, and that's culture. 14 centuries of Islamic tradition will not be overturned in one generation. Egypt forbids abortion and sterilization. No surprise there, but culture and tradition make it even harder for women. There is no sex education in schools, and an unmarried woman would never dream of coming here to find out about birth control.
Very difficult, girls coming here for asking about contraception.
Dr. Azza Farouk says Arab society would never allow it.
Culture, as a culture, this is very difficult for coming here asking for family planning.
The government is trying to change that culture, to train parents and Muslim leaders in the new realities of population control. But always there's the danger of a conservative backlash, of sliding back.
And we are working in a circle of reproduction. People leave and others go in. If you don't consider that this is a living problem every day, every month, every year, you will just relax. Those who are leaving and coming, they can't participate, and then you slide back. That's how it can happen.
It will be up to Faiza's generation to make the new population policy work, not to repeat the mistakes of the past. Most important of all, she says, I don't want to offend my God, but I have to think about my life and my well-being. If I use birth control, she adds, God will forgive me. The alternative is unthinkable. Another generation of 8 children families would throw modern Egypt into chaos. For Global News, I'm Claude Adams in Harania, Egypt. Doctors say they are only doing what government is unable to do. They have a special Arab word for it.
Al-takaful, which means it's a mixture of help, subsidization, socialization, kindness, sympathy.
From across the street, the Mustafa Mosque looks like hundreds of other places of worship in Cairo. But look closely and you find this. People lined up for help. The mosque has files on 12,000 families and individuals that need financial support for medicine, food, or other special expenses. So once a month, they come here and they are never turned away.
He owes us his life.
Dr. Magdi Rabea runs the facility's kidney dialysis ward.
It's fantastic. It's beautiful. You don't have to feel that you have a patient He is in need for a service. He cannot pay for the service, so he can go to die. You don't have this concept at all. This idea is out of question.
It may be cheap, even free, but this is not bargain basement medicine. The equipment is high-tech, the staff is professional, from the people who do magnetic resonance imaging to the doctors who ply what they call China needles, acupuncture. Doctors here say they treat everybody, rich or poor, Muslim or Christian, according to the precepts of the Quran. This facility sees 400,000 patients a year.
I look at their eyes and I want them to feel that somebody is looking for them, somebody is caring for their problem. Inshallah.
For Global News, I'm Claude Adams in Cairo.